Hey, hey, welcome. Thanks for being here, guys. Hey, Laura. Hey, Katrina. Hey, Shmara. Welcome, welcome. I'm excited to get started here in a few minutes. I'm going to pull up some of my resources we're going to use, pull up Laura's questions you guys prepped, and I'm excited to talk Amazon influencer.
Awesome. I'm super excited. Let me know. I do have my daughter's kitty earphones here if I need them, but
You sound good.
perfect.
Great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome, welcome. Anybody have any recent Amazon influencer wins? Sell any high commission product? One of my recent wins is this past month I started cross-posting my videos to my YouTube channel and without I use a software for that and it made like $200 off site last month, which is my highest off site month. So that was awesome.
That is super exciting. I feel like for the first few days of April, it was really not giving me much, but then the last 3 days just on site has actually been great. And it's like Creator Connections is finally catching up, maybe. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's like been all over the place recently.
yeah, it's such a wild ride with the Amazon Influencer Program. I swear it's like it'll give me a week of $10 days and then I get a week of $100 days and it's like
The
I think it knows when I'm discouraged because it's like here you
volatility.
go, have some wins.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Yeah, it's like a couple low days in a row, and I'm like, oh no, and then high day, I'm like, oh, it's fine. Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's just like psych.
Yeah, yeah. So fun to have you guys here live. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to join this call. I'm excited to answer your questions.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. I know we kind of just threw this together last week and yeah, I was
That's
not
great.
expecting that when I reached out on Facebook. I'm like, oh my God, amazing.
No, perfect. I love guest speaking and like it's my favorite thing to talk about. So they give me another place to talk Amazon influencers. So fun.
No, that's totally great. I watch YouTube videos on the Amazon Influencer Program like most people watch Netflix.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like all day long I've watched so many videos of your videos and Nicole's videos and Rob's videos and Chris's videos and like all of them. I watch them all.
Yeah. You're in a good corner. Good advice. I love all those people.
hmm
So fun. Let us know, guys, in the chat how long you have been doing Amazon Influencer and where you're coming from. I am in Arizona, so we're on Pacific time right now.
I'm actually in Canada. I'm in
Ooh.
Calgary, Alberta.
Cool, cool. I grew up in Alaska. I'm actually gonna go
Oh,
visit my parents in Alaska next week. And they're like, it's snowy. And I'm like, oh, dang, my daughter doesn't even own closed-toed shoes. Like, figure something out.
oh no, you got a layover in Calgary. I could stock you up. I got
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll just do like triple socks and then her sandals. Aubrey's from Utah. Cool. I did my undergrad in Utah. Katrina's in Arizona too. I'm in Tucson. Used
Oh,
to live
I'm
in
in
Phoenix.
Chandler.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
fine.
in Chandler. Yeah,
Cool, cool,
that's crazy that
cool.
you're. I was like, I should come to your house.
Yeah, come to my house. Great. You guys have been doing this for
I
like
grew up in
3 weeks?
Tucson.
Okay, cool. Cool. We
Yeah.
are towards Vale, like Rita Ranch, Vale side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my parents live on the opposite side, like way west, like the Tucson Mountains, like the base of those. So yeah.
Cool. Got a couple here from Florida. Good, good, good. I'm doing this in September. Okay, great. Good to know that there's some like baby Amazon influencers here so that if I like say something it's like over your head, like Claire, I didn't know that lingo or that vocab word, then just let us know in the chat and they can recap and add some more context. That's great.
I do think predominantly you're gonna get mostly baby influencers. I started my school group like December 30th of this year, and a lot of these people were not quite approved, and we've gotten them approved since then, or maybe they were in and they weren't making a lot of money. And I kind of do market towards. I mean, busy moms, because I really genuinely think that the Amazon Influencer Program is a great place for busy moms to kind of bust into the online space. And I mean, whether you just stay tapped into the largest e-commerce site in the world, or if you want to expand, there's lots of room, but it's nice because you can learn a lot of skills doing this. And then, like I said, whether you just want to scale the Amazon Influencer Program or expand, you can do either. But now you have like the confidence and the know-how to do so. And with Amazon doing a lot of the marketing for you, it makes it a lot easier than some other ways to earn. So,
Yes. Yes, 100% agree. It's like a great gateway online side hustle to many other things too. Okay, well, how about Laura? We've got our questions planned out. We've got our friends here. How about you go ahead and do an intro and then we can go ahead and get started. And let me just double check. I think we're already recording, so we've got that set up for people catching the replay afterwards. And guys, here live, Laura's prepped me some questions, and so we'll go through those first. And then I've got an hour here today, so if we end those questions early, then at the end I'll be happy to take Q&A. And like I said, as we go, if you're like, well, that's way over my head, more context, please, then just let me know in the chat. We can kind of go back.
okay, I did do a little bit more prep work, and I hope I didn't totally goof things up. So let me know. I prepped a little bit of an intro just to give everybody a little bit more information about what we're doing and what we're going to go over. And yeah, so anyway, I'll just kind of get into it. I'm going to read it because I don't want to mess it up. So
Go ahead.
Anyway, I'm super excited that you guys are all here. I know everybody's really busy, so I appreciate you all taking the time to be here, whether you're here live or you were watching the replay. I'm really excited about this because like I said, I started my school community about 3 months ago, and I do predominantly work with beginners. And I know there is a lot of mixed feelings lately when it comes to the Amazon Influencer Program. A lot of questions, a bit of uncertainty, and honestly, people wondering if this is still worth it. So I'd really like to kind of dive into that a bit today. If you guys don't know me, I am Laura. I've been part of the Amazon Influencer Program for nearly 2 years. I do live in Canada, so I don't have all of the benefits that people in the States do. I'm kind of a little bit more resourceful, but I started a community called the Amazon Influencer Review Hub. It's on school, and I mostly help busy moms get started and stay consistent with Amazon reviews because as somebody who has tried a lot of different side hustles, I do just find like this is a really great gig for people who are already busy, and you just kind of get to tap into Amazon's $2 billion a day revenue. Like it's literally $2 billion a day, so there's lots to go around. But it does still take a lot of consistency and dedication, which is where I think a lot of other programs fall flat. So the information is really easy to find, but implementing it and staying consistent, especially during the early days where you just have like kind of small, inconsistent commissions, can be really tough. So my goal was to create a strategy that is realistic and attainable and kind of fill that gap in between information and results in those early days for people. So that's why I was really excited when I reached out to Claire and we organized this free webinar where we are collaborating. If you guys don't know Claire, she is a top Amazon influencer who has built this at a really high level. And while she doesn't really know this, she was like a huge inspiration behind the creation of my school group to begin with.
Aw.
So I'm super excited that she is here. She is perhaps more formally known as Data Coach Claire if you follow her on YouTube. She is very active in a lot of the influencer groups. She has created over 3,500 videos in about 2 years. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
Like I said, I watch a lot of your stuff. She generates over 100K a year, and she does focus primarily on on-site reviews. So it's honestly quite incredible what she has accomplished. She has a very strong understanding of what's actually working right now with her data-driven strategies and is very active in the influencer communities. And she teaches people to scale the program to 5K, which is our goal within my group. We're hoping to be making 5K by Black Friday. That might be a little bit ambitious, but but the goal today is really simple. I want this to feel kind of more like a conversation. It's not surface level, but not just fluffy, but something that actually gives people clarity about what's going on right now, what matters moving forward, how to approach this in a way that actually leads to results, and why we both think that the Amazon Influencer Program is still such a great way to earn. So with that, again, thank you all for being here. I'd just like to start with a quick introduction if Claire wants to introduce herself again, and then we can chat about the elephant in the room, I know for a lot of people, and talk about the recent changes going on in Amazon and just kind of get that out of the way. I mean, Claire and I both know that Amazon is always changing things. That's just kind of reality and adaptation is definitely part of the game, but I would love to know what you and some of the other elites are feeling about the changes in reporting and the commissions and the shifts today, and like how you are going to be personally adapting to the strategies. And like, do you think this is just like a short-term dip, or is this going to affect us long term? Is this still fairly scalable? Like, are you concerned? Are you guys concerned? We would love to know. So.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Laura, for the great intro. And I really am glad to be with you guys today. And love that this community is built around busy moms because I am also a busy mom. I have two kids, ages 1.5 and almost 4. And I do Amazon influencer part-time. I have 3 days a week of childcare in which I do both my Amazon videos and my coaching for Amazon. And so I'm only doing the videos about 15 hours a week and have been maintaining that at $100,000 in commissions a year. So it really is possible. And I'm not saying like you're going to hit $100,000 this year, but I think that the goal of 5K by Black Friday for, your month of November, that's like a pretty good goal. Like it's ambitious, but reasonable. The students that I teach can typically grow their income by about $1,000 every quarter. So if you have the right strategies behind you, I do think that that's attainable. It's very possible to scale Amazon Influencer to several $100s per month. And then if you have the right strategies behind it, to be in the thousands, like, low thousands is also pretty attainable. So I'm excited to talk to you guys today. For Laura, your question about recent changes, I have been like feeling a lot of uneasiness right now in the Amazon Influencer program that and this month and last month in March, Amazon has rolled out a lot of new changes, most of them not in our favor. And so people are like, did I just join a sinking ship? Like, what is this? What's happening? And in the last 2 years that I've been doing Amazon Influencer, Amazon has made a lot of changes. That's almost what feels is the only thing that's constant is change. And some of the changes have been really good. Like, for example, this past year, creator connections, which is where you can earn bonus commission for the products that you're already selling. So commission that the sellers pay on top of what you earn on site. That has really exploded. So just maybe 18 months ago, that was just getting started. And now there's almost 1 million creator connections campaigns. And most top Amazon influencers are earning more than half of their income from just those creator connections bonuses. So I'd say most more established or higher earning Amazon influencers are feeling like maybe a little bit of apprehension about, how's this going to affect us? We might have to wait another, few weeks or a month to really see it even out. It's kind of hard to tell because the day by day can be so volatile to just be able to look like a month or two of what the actual trends are. But I would anticipate if it does affect our earnings to be kind of a temporary dip that you can then still dig your way out of with the right strategy. So that's what we're talking about today. What are these strategies beyond like you've been approved for your Amazon influencer and you're starting to build your storefront and then like the what's next, what now? So Laura, where do you want to start there?
I'm not gonna lie, I'd like to spend a few minutes kind of if we could go back to your early days of the Amazon Influencer Program. And like I
Yep.
said, like we know that you have over 3,500 videos and you've been doing this for about 2 years. So you have a really solid foundation, but like can you break down what it looked like for you in the beginning and like how did you get there? Did you start with this volume? Was it free products? Were you doing friends' houses? Or like how did you manage to scale as quickly as you have and efficiently as you have, especially with two kids at home? Like it's
Yeah, yeah. Great question. So um I don't want to like compare what my numbers were like 2 years ago to what you can expect now because like I made $500 in the program my first full month. And the data shows that that is not the norm anymore. You can expect to earn about $1 or $2 per video that you post per month. So if you have 100 videos up, you might make $100. And with my 100 videos 2 years ago, I made like $500. So I want to just put that like asterisk out there that like you can still grow it to hundreds, thousands, but like it takes a little bit more work, especially at first to get that going. But yeah, like most of you, I started with products that I already had access to, and back then it took like I want to say 4 weeks from when I submitted my 3 audition videos to when I was all the way approved. And so during that month when I was waiting, I felt so determined, like I am going to get approved and I'm waiting, but I know that I'm going to make this work out. And so I think I made about 50 videos just ready to go while I was waiting for that approval. And that's what helped me get that initial momentum. And I am both like really love a system, a structure, and love data. And so I'll tell you what I did and then why I regret it and what I would recommend instead. So I use a Chrome extension called Fluencer Fruit, which is similar to now we also have Viral Vue, but Fluencer Fruit was like kind of the OG a couple years ago. Um, and it had a order history scanner tool. And so I like downloaded all of my order history from Amazon and got the data from that tool to see like which products were going to be the best to review. And I like made this big spreadsheet. I'm kind of a spreadsheet nerd, but it was overkill. It was overkill. It gave me some structure, but I was thinking about it too hard because I was spending much more time deciding which products to film than it would actually take me to make those videos. That I both in the choosing products and then also the planning videos, it was just taking me too long. And so I would like sit down either with like a Google Doc or like a sticky note and be writing out notes about exactly what I was going to say on the videos and I was editing them. And so it was probably taking me like 30 to 40 minutes per video that I did. And so I learned from that that was a mistake. That was way too long, too much consideration, too much planning, because you can only earn on the videos that you've posted to your storefront. And so what I would recommend instead for beginners in your uh first couple months in the Amazon Influencer Program is your focus should be on your efficiency and getting into a groove with the workflow and not on exactly what's going to be the optimal products to film. That can come later and it's important. But I think that trying to like get the best of the best products at first can be overwhelming and can kind of stunt your growth because it is a kind of tricky to get that momentum at first. But the more videos you get out, the more momentum you'll feel. So once you hit about 100 videos, then you're earning every single day, and that momentum can continue to carry you forward while you learn the additional skills like product research.
I honestly love that confirmation because I actually run it's like 1,000 video challenge in my group, and our goal is kind of like
Right.
25 videos a week, if you will, to the best of their ability. Of course, we're all busy. But it really did start with, like just get yourself out there, like just get your videos up and like get to your 100 videos in that first month. And then I really started to kind of bring in more strategy stuff. So actually every week I release like a new like mini lesson and like list of things that they can review and kind of just try and help them stay motivated because I do know like personally how hard it was to stay motivated early on. So that's super cool. I really appreciate that
Yeah.
confirmation that
Yeah, and I know that like some people are like, Claire, I'm type A like you. I need like a list. I need a structure. Tell me how to do it. And so for that, I'd say there's a couple ways you can prioritize. If you do already have software, you can look at like the order history scanner. Both Oink and Fluencer and Viral View will do this for you. And then it can tell you like the stats or opportunity of those products and so that's like a good way that you could start. Still might be overkill. Another way that you could prioritize is expensive products that you have access to, like bigger things like furniture in your house or electronics or stuff in your garage or in your yard, because bigger products get higher dollar amount commission. So those can add up quickly. Or you can also prioritize by things that you are really passionate about because it takes some of that. um, I guess that like camera pressure or worry out of it because like maybe this is a silly example. I love these Papermate ink ink joy pens, like a gel pen. And I could talk passionately about why these are my favorite, why I just bought like 20 more of them for my desk. And that's going to be an easier video for me to make than talking about something that I don't know and love as well. And so that's a way that you could prioritize as well to just start to feel what like a fun, passionate, authentic video can feel like when you're just talking about something you love.
Truth, yes. I feel like I almost got lucky in the beginning because it was spring and I just started reviewing like my camping stuff, which happens to be very
Mm,
seasonal. And
yes. Yeah.
also like I just had this one item that didn't have a lot of influencer videos and I didn't even know what I was doing, but it was like $1,000 item, didn't have very many influencer videos, and all of a sudden I'm making like 60 to $100 a day and I'm like, what is even happening? So it has
So
piddled
happy
off a
for you.
little bit. Ever my
Yeah.
generator still earns me a little bit of money, but yeah, I got
Right.
really
Yeah. Things
fortunate.
depreciate over time. Like it's a bummer, but like, you'll drop off of some carousels or the product won't sell anymore. That's just part of the game.
It's true. So when you drop off the carousel for your big earning items, just kind of left field here, do you go back and do more videos or do you just keep moving forward? Like, do you?
Some of both. It's kind of a balance. Depends, like how much it was earning for you. But I would actually take a little bit more of a proactive approach to this, that I recommend each month you look at what your top earning products are and go back and make an additional video for those. Like one of my top earning products right now is a leaf blower for like that we've been using in our yard. And so I could go back and make another video for that, not just doing the exact same thing I did the first time, but like doing a comparison video or like update after 2 months of use. And then having an additional, like maybe longer, more in-depth video on that product that's already earning you money kind of helps hedge against some of that depreciation that might happen when other influencer videos come on the carousel. If it goes out of stock or stops selling, like there's not really anything that you can do about that. It's like bummer, but you can kind of play some defense on the carousel a little bit by adding another better video. And we can talk about better a little bit more of what that means later in this conversation.
True. So here's another thought. Since I know you just started doing YouTube,
Hmm.
but would you factor YouTube in at this point? Because I now it's not just about the carousel necessarily. If you can get, if you know a product is selling well and you can start driving offsite traffic, I mean, are you considering YouTube in your strategy at all, or is it still just like a bonus, you're just adding your videos there kind of thing?
Sure. Um, I don't really consider YouTube as part of my strategy. I know some other Amazon influencers who do, but I am primarily seeing myself as like I am optimizing for how I can make the best dollar per hour for on-site videos. And then if I can use, an automation to then cross-post those to YouTube without any more time from me and earn a couple extra $100 a month from that, it's just kind of like a gimme, a bonus. And that is another way to earn, but I don't view it as the same thing. Like my focus is Amazon, YouTube's a bonus. Some other people have that the opposite, that their focus is YouTube and then Amazon is their bonus.
I do, like, I have just encouraged people to, because I mean, we use Cha-Ching. We have Chris's
Mhm.
Cha-Ching automation. And I
Yes,
have encouraged them to just start posting them on YouTube immediately because you're making them anyway. And if you can get one video to work as hard as possible, like, let's do it. Like, it's
yeah, it's great. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly the extension I use. Yep.
so, I guess let's go back to on-site. So let's talk about mistakes and time wasters. Like, what are some of the biggest mistakes that you see beginners making that are slowing them down? And like, what's actually worth it? Where should people be focusing their time?
Sure. So number one biggest mistake is spending way too long per video. So there could be a lot of steps that could contribute to this, like the mistake I made at the beginning, like how much I was planning the video before even shooting it, or defaulting to edit every single video. I edit like 10, maybe 20% of my videos, and the rest are one take, no edits. So this literally looks like I turn on the camera either with my, finger on my phone, or I have this like clicker ring that I'll wear on my finger and click the button Bluetooth to my phone to turn on and off the camera. That's like I only got that like 6 months ago. So I was doing this for a long time without that, not necessary. Um, so turn on the camera, talk about the product, show it, and then turn off the camera, post it. That's it. That's it. So keep it simple. And as you learn more about like that, strategic product research, I'd say then you can kind of level up that quality as you go strategically. But for most videos, editing or a more complicated workflow than that is overkill.
So do you batch create your videos or do you make them kind of as you go about your day kind of thing?
Yes, both. So what I'll do is I will every time a product comes into my house, unless it's like large, like a piece of furniture, I will put it into like a filming basket. And then about like once or maybe twice a week, I'll go to my filming basket and batch film. So I'll sit on like my little couch in my office, have my tripod set up and use my clicker ring and just go through, maybe 15, 20 products at once. And then after that, then they go into kind of like a real life queue. So I'll either put them in a pile to come back to, or I'll go put it into the room in my house where it would next need film. So if it's like a tool for my grill, then I'll have done my unboxing video batched, and then I'll put it next to my grill and think next time I'm grilling, I'm going to use that. So then if tomorrow I'm grilling, then I would, while I'm using the product, because I put it there, I'm ready to use it, then to take a video while I'm using the product, usually also one take. So I'm defaulting to making about 2 videos per product, one that is a batched unboxing and one that is using it in real life, just kind of as I get to it.
Fair. Do you find that either of those does better than the other, or it really kind of varies?
Yeah. Well, part of it is a video that's up does much better than a video that's not. And so that is one reason that I will get a video up as quickly as I can after that product comes into my house. Even if I can't like do the full demo of it, that if it posted, it can earn. And so the both video types convert. I'll continue doing both types. But I hardly ever am like taking a compilation of like both of the footages to make one video that's like both unboxing and demo. I'll just kind of separate them.
Fair, and just get them up because yeah, like you said,
Yeah,
the
get it up.
I probably have 200 gigabytes worth of footage on my phone that I took on the go and I was like, no, I need to edit this and I just haven't. Like it's
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It can be like so hard to actually remember to go back to stuff. One tip I do have is that for whenever you're filming, the same day that you film, because otherwise you'll forget, either upload it if it's done or make it into a project on your editing software. So I edit when I do, very, rarely, small percentage. I'll edit in CapCut on my phone. And so what I'll do is if footage needs edited, that same day I'll put it into a new project in CapCut and then I'll title the project what type of edits it needs. So I'll title it like needs voiceover, or if it doesn't need a voiceover but it needs a part cut out, I'll say like needs cut, or like needs more footage if I need to come back to it and add like, oh, I need a clip of that other thing.
fair, yeah. I'm using CapCut and it sounds like Claire is also using
Hmm.
CapCut for most of her editing. Um, so what does your, I know you said that you do predominantly do your work on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So what does your kind of workflow for a day look like? And like if somebody only has a limited amount of time, because I know I don't, and I actually homeschool too. So like I have my kids constantly.
I'm
And I
amazed
swear
it's so quiet there, Laura.
they have like a sixth sense when you're trying to do something. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so why are they so quiet? They're over there watching TV. I got my 9-year-old. She is
Good,
on it
good.
for me.
Oh, love that. Can't wait till
Yeah.
my own time.
I finally have a little bit of backup as she gets older. So
Yeah.
So I guess I'm curious if for people who only have a limited amount of time, what do you think they should focus on in their day? Like, is it getting 3 to 5 videos up or like what would you do?
Sure. You can find the workflow that works for you, but I think my biggest tip for that, especially if you're working around little kids or like little pockets of time, is like let it be imperfect. I cannot count the number of videos of mine that like end with my toddler running up to me, Mom! I'm like, I hope that was
Yeah.
helpful. Bye. You know, and I'm just like, I'm still gonna post it, or like my kids have seen me do so many videos, but my daughter, who's almost 4, will, if she sees that I'm got my tripod out or I'm filming a video, she'll be like, "Oh, I want to do it," and she'll come up to the camera and she'll be like, "I like this because I know it." Yes, like that's her video. It's so cute. I won't really post that part of it, but um, just like let it be messy. It doesn't have to be perfectly quiet in your background. If the dog barks or your kid cries or something, like that's fine. Just just let it be imperfect and kind of let it be a natural family video if you can. Or just be really focused in those small pockets of time that you have. Like if you have a nap time, you could plan out beforehand what are your biggest tasks that you're going to do. Like you can make a list of like, here's the products that I'm going to batch film when I have 45 minutes.
Yeah, fair enough. I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, the number of times the kids, like I had one the other day where I'm middle of the video and the kid comes right up the camera. He's like, "Bah!" And I'm like, you know what? It's perfect because, and I do really think that authentic videos do better on Amazon anyway, as
Yes.
opposed to
Yeah, they
the
do. The
the
data says they
curated
do.
ones. Like
Yeah.
if people feel like they're being sold to or they're being coerced, they're like, no, thank you. Whereas
Yep.
if you just look like a totally regular person whose child just interrupted your review video, like I think those ones tend to do better anyway. So
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, like if you're somebody that is currently working on talking to camera, it's a learned skill and it can be hard at first if you're like, I need to edit because I fumble over my words or I mess up so much. It can sometimes be faster to restart your take than it is to edit out your mistakes. And there's ways to edit quickly, like CapCut has a transcript edit feature that's pretty nice, but I would like almost prefer you to like get it right on the fourth take and do it in one take and practice that because over time then you'll be able to do it in one take instead of sending all of your videos to edit.
my cat's over here coughing up a hairball. Sorry.
Can't
Um,
even hear it.
oh,
Very
perfect.
good.
I'm like,
Yeah.
really, cat, of all the times? So, how much time would you say, like, I know that you do a lot of product research. Do you spend more time doing product research in your given time? Or,
Yes. Yeah,
yeah.
about half of my Amazon influencer work time is spent in product acquisition. So this is either messaging brands for brand samples or, responding to their inbound emails to me or doing product research of things to buy myself. So a full half of my work time is working on that product pipeline because you can only make as many videos as you have products coming in once you kind of exhaust the things around your house. I do still think that things around your house is a great way to get started, and you should definitely film those at first. But then after that, you do need more products if you want to continue to scale. So that is a really key use of time.
Yeah, I've kind of so I'm from Canada, so like getting free products it happens once in a while, but it's
Yeah,
pretty nil.
yeah.
But I just recently got myself a US PO box, but I'll have to pay to get it shipped here because I mean I have too many kids and the border's too far away. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see what that turns into, but I'm already not even like I'm only a couple weeks into my product research and I'm already like feeling like buying products is more efficient than
It really is. Yeah.
trying to get them for free between how much time I am spending messaging these people and then half the time they don't respond. And I mean, whether or not they send it, they're not sending it quickly. It doesn't seem like it's a priority. So I'm already leaning towards like I should just buy it. Like, and I mean, I think you lean that direction as well.
Yeah. And sometimes people feel really nervous about this. They're like, you want me to buy a bunch of products? And yes, but let me help you feel a little bit more comfy with it. In the data analysis I've done, strategic buying products to review makes me 3 times as much as brand samples, like per product, 3 times as much. And that's including the negative price of the product. And so, and it's a lot less hassle. That being said, I do also do about half of my products are from brand samples still. So I do some of both. And brand samples can be good when done strategically. And I don't really recommend everybody just like jump straight into buying products review. Definitely don't spend money you don't have, but take the time to learn strategic product research first. Once you guys are at least 100 videos, I have a resource for you that is the Build Past 1K course that I offer that teaches product research, workflow, how to make good videos, all of that way in depth. So more resources there on how to strategically purchase products, not so that you can like spend a bunch of money on Amazon, but so that those products can earn back in commissions what they cost, ideally within 1 month, and then continue to earn for months after that. Then you reinvest some of that money back into new products and get to scale quickly doing that method.
Yeah, no, your course does look pretty phenomenal. And even like, but even just like things that I need day to day, I find like a little bit of product research goes a really long ways. Like if I'm
Yes.
shopping on
Yeah.
Amazon anyway, and I have to buy this product anyway, if I just take a little bit more time to do that product research using tools like Oink and Viral View, um, like I mean, I almost always make at least make my money back on products. And like I said, being Canadian, I mean, getting free products is pretty tough. So I mean, I can already personally see the potential of, you know, buying strategically. And that's before I'm even like specifically looking for products that are going to make me money. I'm just like, my kid's got a birthday party. I need a birthday present. And I'm like, you can pick between these three things because they all have spots in the carousel and they're all selling. Those are your
Yes.
options.
Yes. Yeah, that's what we're getting. Great. No, it's perfect. I love that. I do that too with things that we need for our house. I'm looking them up on Amazon. Yeah.
hmm So, in terms of content that converts, and I mean, I know you cover this in depth in your program, but whatever you are willing to give us on this, like, are you finding longer videos perform better? Do thumbnails matter? Like, what kind of titles do you use? Do you find that the curiosity-driven ones work well, or what's the data say?
Sure, yes. And if any of you guys are interested, I do have a data report that goes through all of this in depth, all of the numbers. If you're like, yes, give me the juicy data. If not, that's fine. There's the recap. Um, for video length, the longer the video, the more likely it is to be on the carousel, and longer compared to the other videos that are on the carousel. And so most Amazon influencers make their videos about a minute long. But if you are in that like 2, 3, 4 minute range, then your video will get more watch time than the other videos there, which reverse engineering the data, it looks like the primary metric that Amazon is using to determine what the good videos are for carousel placement. So if your video is only 20 seconds long, the maximum amount of watch time it can get is 20 seconds. And so the longer video gets more watch time, gets placed on the carousel, you have the then chance to convert and then make money. So keep your videos a little longer, not like 10, 15 minutes, but like 2 to 5 minutes instead of one. I'm usually aiming for like 2 to 3 minutes in my videos, and it's working great. You also asked about thumbnails and titles. With both of these, the data shows that you want to be authentic, helpful, not clickbait or salesy. I personally don't use any thumbnails in my videos. Well, that being said, I don't like use Canva to make a custom thumbnail. What I'll do is I'll upload the video from my phone and I'll look at what the default image is. If it's good enough, I'll just leave it. I won't upload any custom thumbnail. If it's bad, like, if I'm like making a bad face or the product isn't even in the shot or, it's blurry, then what I'll do is I'll go back to the video on my phone, scroll through the footage, find a frame that I like, screenshot that, crop it, upload that as the thumbnail. So that takes me like 15 seconds. And that is good enough. And the data shows that those making custom thumbnails do not make more on Amazon. And so I think that having a simple thumbnail, even just a screenshot of an image in your video that looks good is totally sufficient. Keep it simple. And then for titles, I've also done some data analysis on this, that the more helpful and specific the title, the better click-through rate that title gets. And so some examples of this would be like if I was reviewing, this is like a microphone. If I was reviewing this, if my title was like, OMG, so crazy, like you have to see this. It's like clickbaity and vague, and that's not, the data shows that's not going to do very well. But if on the other side of that, I said something like, best microphone for beginners, how to set it up, or something. That is a little bit of a preview into the type of video that that's going to be. That I'm going to be talking details. I'm going to be talking specifics. And I want to also, if I can, show a benefit or problem that that product is solving. So maybe even better than like best microphone for beginners, I could say like, so easy to set up. My audio sounds much better now that it's solving that problem. And so I don't have any title templates. I'll make a custom title while my video is uploading. And so I'll usually try to go specific and benefit or solving problem focused instead of like flashy.
So do you use, like I know Oink in particular has a cool thumbnail feature and a cool title feature. Do you bother with it or do you just kind of do your own thing?
No, I don't use those features. I think that they're good in the fact that like they, if you're wanting to do a thumbnail or title, that they could speed up your workflow with that. But I upload everything from my phone. Film from my phone, upload from my phone. And so that simplifies my workflow to not have to like transfer files around and then like find it on my computer and upload it. I just
That is,
uploaded it same day. And so I'm not using any of those uploading tagging features at all.
well, that's good to know. I do find it really quite slows me down. Although at the same time, like, I mean, it's hard to do product research on your phone. So are you doing your product research beforehand and then you just have everything in your browse history so that you can just tag it, or how does that work?
Yeah, so yes, I do product research on my laptop. Definitely a computer is necessary to do good product research because those extensions won't work on your phone. But will do product research in a session and then I'll be filming. And so then when I'm filming a product, it'll either be in my orders history if I bought it, or I will be a brand sample. And let's see if I have one around here. On the brand's like packaging, there'll be a barcode. And so what I'll do is I'll use the Amazon Lens to scan the barcode and then it puts it in my browse history to be able to tag.
So are you tagging parent ASINs?
Mm-mm.
No? Oh, okay, well, that's good to know because that does feel time consuming, doesn't it, Sydney?
Was Sydney asking about this one? Oh,
Yeah,
and
she
the
was.
that,
The
yeah.
question popped up. I'll have to go through the questions after, but I saw that one, so.
No. Yeah, it's like actually on my whiteboard over there to do an analysis project about how much, if at all, parent ASINs matter because I think they might actually not.
There has been, like, I've had the odd scenario, like there's this cooler that I reviewed actually at my one of my daughter's birthday parties. And of course, it's really popular and the carousels are really full, but it's like one of them got missed. It's like just this one cooler out of the 12 variations has no videos on it. So I get
Mm,
all the sales for that one. And it's the parent
yeah.
ASIN that's doing that for me.
Mm,
So,
sure,
I
sure.
mean, That's kind of cool. Nobody go
Yeah.
find me a cooler.
Good, good. Yeah. Now, the idea with for like newbies here, the idea of tagging a parent ASIN is to it's like the grouping variable between all of the different variations. So like if Laura has the coolers in different colors, then the parent ASIN is the grouping variable for all of those colors. And so you can't do this like just by yourself manually, but through Oink or Viral View, it will help surface what that grouping variable is so that you can tag your content to that to then hopefully get more exposure. Um, I don't use this practice because I don't really know how much it actually matters. And it feels like a little bit of a gray area practice to me because Amazon says just tag the product that is shown in your video. And technically, like a parent ASIN isn't a product, it's a grouping variable, but like I don't want to risk my account over it. But it
That's
seems
fair.
like it might be giving some boost, but maybe not enough for like the workflow and gray area costs of that. So I'm not using it right now.
That's good to know because I mean both Viral View and Oink, of course, are like tag the parent. They're both very parent ASIN
Yeah.
orientated. So
Yeah.
yeah. That is good to know. So let's go back a little bit into product research, and I'm just curious, like what in your product research, when you're doing things, like what about a product is gonna immediately make it a no? And you're like, no, thank you, I'm not reviewing that.
Hmm. Usually, if it has more than about 30 influencer videos, or it doesn't have any indication of sales volume. And one way that you can see sales volume is Amazon will tell you on the product page, like units sold. And so if that is blank, then I don't want that.
That's
And
fair.
if it's too competitive, which, for me is usually about, 30, but we could talk about that some more, then it's going to take a lot more work. It's a lot more risk if you're even going to get shown in the product carousel. And so I usually won't do those ones either.
So what about creator connections? Like, do you predominantly go for creator connection items or like where does that fit into your strategy? Because I know, I mean, they don't last forever, right? I mean, you probably want a product that's selling regardless of creator connections, but obviously if you can get 20% over 2%, I mean, that's better.
Yeah, the math is math. Yeah, that's much better. When I'm doing product research, I do heavily look for products that have an active creator connections campaign, especially if I'm trying to find those buy to review items, because it can pay for itself a lot more quickly if it does have a creator connections campaign. And it's a lot harder to break even, make your money back if it doesn't. And some data analysis I've done was that for the campaigns that I've earned on, two-thirds of them had more than one campaign go for the same product. And so if there's only one active campaign for a product and it's ending soon, I will be cautious about that. But that does mean that like the brand has been pushing that product. They might decide to repeat that campaign in the future. And so I do look for those products, but when I'm doing my math about like how much is this product estimated to make me, I will just factor in like the first month, and then if it has less than a month of campaign left, uh, you know, round down for that.
Fair enough. Let's see here. I feel like went a little bit out of order, but I feel like we covered a lot of this buying versus requesting, and then creator connections. And then brand deals. I know you said you do some brand deals, but you don't rely on them.
Yeah,
Do you want to elaborate on that at all, or?
sure. So I'll get some inbound emails for brand deals, and the inbound ones, I have maybe like 5 to 10 brands that I've worked with for a while. I like working with them, and so they'll send me something like once a month. So I'll do those ones. And then when I'm looking for products, besides that, I'll be start my product hunt looking for things to buy to review that are like slam dunk enough that I know it's going to make me my money back and then some. But if I while I'm searching, most of the products that I find are going to be like good, but not great. And I'm going to be really picky about which ones I buy. And so the ones that are good, but not great, I'll request a sample of them. And so I'll use the Oink Creator Connections request button that's right on the product page to request the sample right there and then keep moving.
I do find like I have Oink and Viral Vue. I have both paid versions. Do you have a preference on them? Because I mean, I feel like in some ways they really complement each other,
Yeah.
but I mean, some features are just better on the other. And I mean, which one do you predominantly use for your product research?
Sure, great question. I I really like both of them and I think both are great tools and worth the price. Oink, if you're paying monthly without a coupon code, is like $30 a month and Viral View is about $70 a month. So more than twice as much. But I view Viral View as like the Ferrari of product research. That is what
Hmm.
I'm using predominantly for product research. But if you're not ready to like jump to that monthly price or not ready to like jump in with 2 feet into product research, Oink is still very worth it. Like going from no software to using Oink is definitely worth the $30 a month.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I just feel like Rob almost likes to make you work for your money a little bit harder, whereas Viral View tries to make it very automated. So like you just can't, it's hard to compete with product view on every page. Like
It's
it's
really good. Yeah. Yeah.
so do
Yeah, and
you
they're like,
use
complement different workflows. I use both almost daily for different things. And I actually made some YouTube videos on my channel recently about comparing my favorite features between the
yes, I watched those.
two.
Um, so do you use Oink at all for product research? Like, or I know I predominantly just go to Viral View just because it makes it so much simpler. But I mean, I
Yeah.
love the pink boxes all over from Oink and stuff like that. But
Yeah. I don't. Oink does have some, I'd call it more like entry level product research tools. Like it can scan products to see which ones have creator connections campaigns. It will tell you an estimate of the sales volume. It is recently adding that total influencer count, and these are all pro features. And
Mhm.
a little tangent pause to say both Oink and Viral View have free versions, so at least get the free version because there's
Yes,
already some tools there.
I preach that for sure. I'm like, you
Yeah,
have to be using both free versions, especially the free versions actually work really well together.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
they give different features, which when put together, you kind of get like a semi-decent,
The Frankenstein of the
yeah.
software. Yes. Yeah. So both the free versions. And then Oink also recently made like it's called Agent Oink, like creator connections, kind of like automation to like sort through products. And it's fine. It's much better than looking manually.
Yeah.
But because I'm being so strict about my product research that I only want the like slam dunk products, it's not quite picky enough. It's not quite up to my elite level that I'm looking for. And so
Yeah.
for that reason, I don't use it and I prefer using the viral view filters.
Yeah, it's hard to compete with what Viral View has going on with their with the 26 data points for Data Coach Claire. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Well, and that being said, I only use like maybe 4 data points when I'm filtering. And so it does have a lot of options, but I like that it can be precise. Yeah.
Yeah. See here, I got a few other questions on here about like, I know you don't do a lot of offsite, but maybe you have some friends that do beyond YouTube. Do you have any recommendations for which platforms to focus on offsite? And especially with like, it really does seem like with the changes on Amazon that they're kind of pushing offsite. So,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
would agree.
like
For
Pinterest,
people,
YouTube, do you
yeah.
have any preference?
I do. For if you're like just getting started in your first few months in the Amazon influencer program, I would recommend like don't put your blinders on, don't look at offsite. That is a later thing because if you're trying to grow too many things at once, you'll just like stall out. So focus at first with on-site and creator connections. Once that's grown to a level that feels like you're in a flow, then you can consider adding different offsite. When I recently surveyed over 200 Amazon influencers and asked them about how much they were making from different income streams, for those that said they were earning offsite, I asked them which were their top earning platforms. And YouTube was by far the top earning platform for most Amazon influencers earning offsite. Of course, there's like a million ways to make $1 million online right now. And like, yes, people are earning money from Pinterest. Yes, people are earning money from TikTok Shop. Yes, people are earning money even from blogs. But I'm earning my money from Amazon influencer on site. And so I want to pick the income stream that most complements that, which is cross-posting my videos to YouTube using Cha-Ching Automate, which is a software that just does it for me. So that is right now the extent of my offsite.
Fair. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I keep talking about starting YouTube and Pinterest and all the things. And I mean, I've dabbled a little bit, but like you said, when you stretch yourself too thin, especially when you're, a mom trying to do all the things, you kind of get nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
So I do constantly keep every once in a while I'll venture out and then I just come back to on-site because it's just so effective, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
it's effective, it's predictable. Like we have our systems to scale. And I know if I put, 10 more hours of work into on-site versus something else, the on-site will bring me more income. And so that's what I'll pick until it's not
yeah,
working anymore. Yeah,
no, that's fair. That's very solid logic, especially from like the busy mom perspective.
yeah. Get really good at like one thing. And
Yeah,
then, if you're bored, you can start to dabble. But if you're just seeking income, on-site plus creator connections is great.
true that. So let's see here. I'm just going through. I know we're kind of running out of time here. Let's see. Is there a strategy for getting more high-priced items? I'm running into the issue of having a ton around me to record and even good selling items, but not much over $100. So commissions are lower and earned revenue is lower, even if the volume sales are decent. Any thoughts on
Sure.
that?
I do think that as you grow, it does make sense to start to over time do more expensive products. And so what this could look like is like, say you're a crafter and you have like a sewing kit that does well for you, that, is selling, bringing you commissions. Then maybe you do product research and you find a bigger sewing kit that's working well for you. And then you're reviewing, I don't know if they have these on Amazon, but like sewing patterns. And then you're reviewing a sewing machine. And let's say that that is bringing you great commissions. Then you buy or get through a brand sample a second sewing machine and are doing comparison videos between those two. And then another brand sees your video comparing sewing machines and then they offer you another one. And so you can just kind of like slowly level up your price point, both in like your product research buy to review skills and like the budget that you have to work with because it's like compounding. And then when brands see that you're doing bigger products and can do a good job with those products, then they're more likely to be willing to send you those products or even seek you out to give them to you.
Fair. So do you have um what was I gonna say? Do you have your email on your storefront or do you just have like your socials attached or like how do people find you for
Sure. This is another benefit of cross-posting your videos to YouTube. It seems like most brands find me through my YouTube channel, on which I have my email, which I do also recommend setting up a like reviews specific email address. Mine's like Claire Rachel. Maybe I shouldn't say it on here, but it's a review specific email so that the brands can email me there. And so it's just one inbox with all of my brand sample messages, and that is really helpful.
Fair. So we are just about out of time and so there's a few other questions on here, but I think I can handle most of these. But there is one question, like, is your course worth it for Canadians? Because I do actually have, like, as a Canadian, I have a lot of Canadians in my group. So do
Sure.
you think it would be like would it still be beneficial? Would the product research still work for, other countries?
Sure. Well, for everybody, product research is key. Knowing which products will make you money confidently, and then having a steady stream of those products coming to your house so that you can be making better videos for better products, and that's how you compound and grow over time. Now, for those not based in the United States, what you'll run into is that brands can't send you product samples. Like logistically, they'll say we just ship to the US.
Yeah.
And so there's, two ways to get products, buy them yourself or get a brand sample. And for most people, there's some balance of this to do some of both. But if you're outside the US, you have to lean heavier on the buy it yourself. So I definitely think that having those product research skills is even more important if you are Canadian or otherwise outside the United States. If you are able to still, receive Amazon packages that you order to your house, then I think product research is really important for you.
That's fair. That's good to know. So I would like you to take a little bit of time, tell us a little bit more about your course. And I know what they have until the 18th to sign up if they want to get into this cohort. You only run it a few times a month. Like just give us the DL on your program and how it would help because we are like I have very specifically built this audience around like busy moms. We need our time to pay off. And I
Yeah.
mean, we are also I've already sold them this dream that they can make $5,000 a month. So
So you gotta get there.
yeah, I gotta help them get there. So
Yeah. No, I think you guys can do it. You're look at you all committed here on a webinar on a Monday afternoon. This is great. Um, the Build Fast 1K course is for those that already have at least 100 videos on your Amazon influencer storefront. This is because I'm not going over beginner things of like what's a carousel or what's an ASIN or um, what's a brand or kind of entry level questions because we're jumping right into efficiency, workflow, product research, how to get the brand samples, how to build additional complementary income streams without being stretched too thin, and how to continue to do that at scale so you can confidently build your income past $1,000 per month. Now, as Laura mentioned, I do run this as a cohort. It's a 6-week class. And so everybody starts the class at the same time. And I do this intentionally so that people are having the same questions at the same time. And that also I put the course kind of under construction between each cohort, that I'm updating it based on new best practices, new strategies that are working now. And so I can't just let you buy it anytime because I want it to be up to date. So the next class starts next Monday, April 20th. And if you're watching a replay of this, much later on, you can check out the link of when the next course will start. I run it about every 2 to 3 months, the 6-week course. So if you want to sign up for next week's class, if you're already at that 100 video mark, then signups close on Saturday, the 18th.
sorry, that's my little person. My 9-year-old had
Hi,
the
little.
guitar, so I'm on my own.
Good thing we're about at time to wrap up. If you guys have additional questions for me, I'm on YouTube. You can also reach me at datacoachclaire@gmail.com with questions about the course. And good luck to you in your Amazon influencer earnings. It is still a great gig. You can hit your big ambitious income goals. I love ambitious women who are working to support their families. This is a good thing for you, and I know that you can do it. If you feel stuck, there's more. You're not at your ceiling. You can learn a new strategy, overcome it, and continue to grow.
I appreciate that. Well, thank you so very much for taking the time to chat with us. I think I got to everybody's questions. If everybody else wants to stay on for a minute, I will answer any lingering questions as well. And yeah, super duper excited. This was great.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Claire. Hi, everybody. Oh, I suppose this is your Zoom. It's going to shut down once you shut it down, which is totally legit. Okay,
Yeah,
if
I
you
was
guys have
thinking
any
about that.
questions, sorry about that. If you have any questions, I'll be in the school group. Just drop it. Maybe I'll go start a live over there, and we'll just go chat over there for a bit. Okay,
Okay,
thanks, guys.
perfect.
Okay,
Bye.
see you,
See you
Claire.
guys.
Bye.